Hi friends, it's good to see you guys today. I am Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about teenage fear. And my last video I talked about how anger is a natural and common part of grieving, right? And then the video before that was talking about sadness, and the one before that talking about being shocked and stunned. And, so today I was like, you know what, let's talk about fear. Let's talk about fear. The emotion itself is not negative, it's just how it can be expressed. That I think probably a lot of where the negativeness of fear comes in. And I've been thinking about, I have a lot of fear too. And so do our teenagers. And, we have two teenagers at home, a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old. And for 4.5 years, we have been in heavy, heavy, heavy grief. Today is actually 1 year ago that my dad died. So today feels very emotional for me in that respect. Yesterday was very emotional. Tomorrow is my dad's birthday. So I imagine tomorrow's going to be a little hard too. I really miss my dad. I really do. I was thinking today real quick, I know I'm jumping off topic a little bit, but I was thinking today how uniquely God really makes each of us. How unique each of us truly, truly are. There is just not another Terry Mason. There is just not another Corrine, my mom, who died 3 months before my dad died. There's not another Noah or Sophia, our two youngest children, who were killed 4.5 years ago. There's not another me, I guess, either, right? I was just thinking of the uniqueness of my dad's voice and how he would always call and check on me quite a bit. And just the uniqueness of his mannerisms, the way he spoke. Yeah, we miss those things about people. We really do. And I'm just thinking a lot about that today. I'm just thinking a lot about how we are each so unique. And even the things that drive us crazy about somebody else, we miss that. We miss those irritating things about that person when they die. Yeah, we take it all, So, yeah. I have my notes too here with me, friends, so forgive me. Got to write things down that I like to tell you. But, I just wanted to say, we do have to allow teenagers to be angry and encourage them to release it, right? Obviously, positive, healthy ways, but in grief, we're just not really sure what those are. So we just kind of ride with it, and they just kind of comes, But obviously, in addition to sadness and grief, loss tends to stir up stir up fear. It really does. Fear in a lot of different senses too. How teenagers view and handle fear can have a great impact on their lives. Yeah. Like my other videos, this one with fear too, I wrote some things down from the grieving teenager's heart. So these are some things that kind of go through teenagers' minds on the subject of fear. Some are from my teenagers, some are from anonymous grieving teenagers that wanted to remain anonymous. But one, they think of thoughts are, I'm scared. Who's next? You're dead. Now I know that anything can happen to anyone, anytime, anywhere. I think that's a very rational thought, right? All of a sudden, the world is a frightening place. I notice I'm starting to tell family and friends and even people I hardly know to be careful. I've started praying that God would protect everyone else in my life and not let anyone close to me die. Another thought is, but God didn't protect you, did he? Or did he? And I just don't understand. Did he save you from something worse, maybe? I don't know. I can't make sense of anything. It's frightening how little I understand and how little I control. I don't even make my own heart beat. It's like we really come into that realization of our own mortality, don't we? Like we just realize in death, all of a sudden, like we control very, very, very little. I don't feel safe anymore. It's like I'm blindfolded and always walking on the edge of a cliff, half a step from falling. I can feel the danger and the terror. That was kind of a good descriptive way from that teenager. I can feel that. Like, yeah, you feel blindfolded, always walking on the edge of a cliff. But you're very well aware that you could fall at any moment. Another thought is I'm nervous. Suddenly time is flying by. My life feels like it's slipping through my fingers. I feel so close to death. Sometimes I can't catch my breath. I want to hold everyone special to me close and lock us all up in a bank vault or something. Some place where we'll all be safe and nothing else bad can happen to any of us. That place doesn't exist. That's why I'm scared. Another thought is, who's next? Is it me? I think I might be going crazy. I don't like this. You're all I can think about, and you're not even here anymore. I'm pissed and sad and scared. I don't like this. Scared. It hurts to write that word. I don't think I can say it out loud. Too embarrassing. But it's true. Another thought is, I realized something. I have almost no control over anything and have very little power over any of this stuff. Death is so big and I feel so incredibly small. I'm at its mercy. We all are. Death doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care. It comes when it wants, and then it takes who it wants, when it wants. Yeah, I agree with that teenager. Another thought is, at least that's how it seems. I wonder who's next. When? How? Will it be me? Part of me wants to fight and challenge all this crap. Come on, death. You want to take me on? Let's do this. That feels better than just sitting around and waiting. Powerless. How we can really get some insight into these teenagers by their thoughts, you know? So I thought I'd just share them with you, you know? We are an expert, I guess, maybe in our own trauma, our own grief, our own sorrows, you know? And sometimes we just need to hear it straight from the horse's mouth kind of a thing, you know? Just straight out of the teenager's heart. Straight out of their mind. Another thought is, I noticed I'm driving a little crazy lately, like I don't care anymore. Yesterday on the highway, I was just plain dumb. My friend was with me and cussed me out for having some kind of sick death wish. Oh. Stupid. I'm stupid. It's all stupid. I'm angry, frustrated, out of control, scared. Another thought is, I guess fear makes me do stupid stuff. I have to get a grip on this. I can't let it take over. But I have no idea how to fight it off. Another thought is, how do you fight a phantom? Right? Fear is just such a natural part of grief, friends. You know, when death strikes, our worlds are shaken. So fear is natural, friends. It is, you know. We're shocked, stunned, sad, and angry. We can feel helpless, And the world is just less safe somehow. It just is, you know. Life is less predictable. We wonder if we've been living in some kind of dream world of denial, right? You know, we look in the mirror and we see our own mortality. We gaze at those we love and we're just like, ooh, you know, that feeling you get inside, it's like, ooh, like a shudder, you know, or a shiver, goosebumps. You know, it's so interesting, but it's like I look at my teenagers that way and they are looking at people that way too. You know, looking at us, wondering, and especially, friends, you know, our trauma occurred in our home. So it's like, not only does the world feel unsafe to our teenagers, but quiet as it's kept, their home can feel unsafe to them. And, you know, and my husband and I, we have worked overtime to recreate a safe environment for them. But yeah, the first couple years, you know, and even for me, it's like our home is the sanctuary. It's supposed to be the safe place. This is where we keep everybody in and we lock the doors for the bad people on the outside. I swear to the Lord Almighty, you don't never think that it's actually going to come from within your own home. A member of your own family, your own son, to commit murder against his family, you know? And so it's just, we are looking at each other in just such a way, like we just love each other so much and care so much. And we're fearful at times, like, well, what's going to happen to you? What will happen to me? You know, that's the result, the natural result of our trauma. We will die one day, you know, and teenagers are aware of that, I think, especially those that, well, mine definitely are. You know, those in grief, they're aware of it, okay? They're grieving the loss of someone they love. So they're aware of death now, much more so. And everyone that we love, all of us die. Death does not discriminate. It's like we know that in our minds, but until we experience it, we don't really know. Our hearts, the teenager's heart easily does become overcome and paralyzed by fear. It does. And like anger, fear is powerful. It's a powerful emotion. It is. I mean, really, it is. And I'm sure we all know somebody who says, like my mother, for example, she had a fear of driving long distances and she just would not drive herself on the interstate or the highway. She had a fear of it. And so I would drive her, you know, like if we were to go out of town and things like that, you know. Fear keeps us from living most likely our full quality of life. We can miss opportunities. Fear can keep us from our full potential, even a full potential in a relationship. You know, fear, we all know that one, I'm sure. You know, how fear can do that, you know. But when death strikes, when fear strikes us, it automatically, okay, when you think about it, when you get filled with fear, or when you're feeling fearful, we automatically go into a fight or flight mode. We do, really. We put on our emotional boxing gloves, or we reach for our best pair of track shoes, right? We're either about to duke this thing out and we're going to fight this thing head on, or we have got our best pair of track shoes and we are running. So we prep to do battle, basically, or we run for our lives, right? So this initial reaction, it produces some serious, wild, crazy behavior, bizarre behavior too. Like, when I think about the shit I've done because I was fearful, I'm ashamed of most of my behavior that I've done in fear. Or just like, oh my gosh, really? It's usually not till a little bit later, you know, but You see that in their teenagers, like just some kind of bizarre behavior, like the teenager driving recklessly and driving really fast and reckless. And if our fear is basically, if it's left unchecked and unmanaged, fear, like I said a little bit earlier, it can take over and drive a life. And who wants a life driven by fear? Who wants fear in the driver's seat of our lives? Nobody. Yeah, like, please sign me up. Yeah. I mean, seriously, we don't. But, you know, in grief, they go unchecked for a while and can go unmanaged for quite a while too, you know? But there's never too late. Never too late. Never too late to start talking to the teenager about fear. Doesn't matter if the death was 5, 10, 15 years ago, whatever, last week, whatever, you know, we can start right where we are, you know, with the teenager. We really can. We really can. You know, the author C.S. Lewis, he's an author, he wrote this quote, and maybe you've heard it before, but no one ever told me that grief felt so much like fear. I definitely agree with that. And I might have said that in another video, but yeah, no one ever told me grief felt so much like fear. He wrote that after he lost his wife. So yeah, you know, yes, fear is often a major part of grief. And fear is universal, right? So, you know, as humans, we all experience it, and teenagers certainly experience their share of it. They do. And not good enough. Okay, sorry, let me back up. Teenagers, they definitely seem to struggle mightily with fears such as that are all related to mostly not something. You know, like you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough, you're athletic enough, or popular enough. You're not old enough. You're not rich enough. Right? That's a lot of a teenager's life. Shit, that felt like so much of mine. Oh my goodness. And we gotta take those into adulthood too. But anyways, the teenagers, they're fighting to discover who they are and how they fit in. So we always need to remember that. And though teenagers often prize songs and rap music and hip hop music of loneliness and anger and fear and depression. Like, please, most of their music is filled with that. You know what I'm saying? But even though they're always listening to all that, I believe the Lord has been revealing my teenagers' hearts to me, and I can see past through that a little bit. And most are terrified of being alone or an outcast or left behind. Yeah, sign me up to be left behind. I mean, come on, right? So we all fear this. Some of us just say it and others don't. That's all. Perhaps it's not a teenager thing, but a human one, right? Yeah. So death is the great equalizer. Holy shit, is it not? Death is the great equalizer. And it indiscriminately slashes through race, culture, age, gender, education, wealth, beauty, popularity. All differences evaporate in a heartbeat. And suddenly the things that we're all clamoring for and striving for and fighting about mean absolutely nothing. We brought nothing into this world. We take nothing out but ourselves. Our vision is clarified, and all that matters is life, love, and relationships. That's what our family's experiencing in our grief. Yeah, that's what death has done. You know, it has just opened up our vision, and it has been more clarified, like I said, to what really matters to us. Life, love, relationships. You know, they just really, really matter the most. You know, teenagers often see themselves as invincible too, and indestructible. you know, and they are young and they can do just about anything, right? Yeah. Death quickly shatters this illusion. Yeah. The teenager's heart, identity, and their life, it just gets hits from all sides. Fear is a natural result. It's a natural result of that. So we must love our teenagers. We just need to love them right where they are. Meet them right where they are in their fear. And that's the only answer I got for you, friends. It really is, you know. We just need to love on them and acknowledge and be aware that it's okay to have fear, that fear is normal. It's a natural part of the grieving. And how can they not have fear? How can they not? Right? So we just need to trust is such a relational word. It's the foundation of our relationship with Jesus and with each other. Without trust, where are we, right? You know, so we just keep building that trust with these teenagers so that they'll be able to trust again and trust that their home is a safe place again, and trust that, you know, yeah, the world is not always a safe place, but they're safe in God's hands. You know, and fear is a very human emotion. So being fearful does not mean you do not trust God. I believe that's a lie. That's a lie that whispers that to you, that says, oh, you're in fear, you're being fearful, you're being afraid, so you don't trust God. I just don't believe that. King David, mighty warrior, gifted poet, you know, and he wrote in the Psalms 55 and 56. He said horror was overwhelming him. He said, when I'm afraid, I will trust in you, Lord. So, you know, being afraid and having fear doesn't mean you don't trust God. It's just it's a human emotion. And I have found that my fear consciously drives me to the presence of God, where I find comfort and hope. Yeah. You know, that's what my fear has done for me. It's taken me into the presence of God. I'm afraid and I'm scared. So therefore I am crying out to the Lord and I'm telling him I'm afraid. I'm acknowledging to him, like, I am fucking scared. I am afraid. But I'm going to trust you, God. I'm going to trust you. So that's my encouragement to you as well. That's my encouragement to you as well. Oh, trust the Lord to lead you with your teenagers. I'm always praying for God to reveal my teenager's heart to me, what I need to know about their hearts, not to miss some of the things their body language might be speaking or behavior, you know. And that's a fear of mine personally. I feel like I definitely missed that with Malik somewhere, you know. And so, yeah. And then that's videos for another day, which I'll probably do, I'm sure, but ties back into just like these teenagers, realizing the reality that I have very little control. Very little control. Well, friends, be well today. It's kind of a weird place to end on this video. I acknowledge that. So be blessed. Thank you for joining with me today. And as always, be well, and I will see you on my next video. Take care.